Howdy folks, Tex Grebner here with Tex Grebner Outdoors. New videos every Saturday. So if you don't want to miss out on your Tex Grebner Outdoors Saturday morning cartoon awesomeness, make sure to click subscribe and check my channel every Saturday for new videos. I love reading your comments. I really do appreciate all of you that watch. And make sure to check that notification box because you don't want to miss out on any of the awesomeness. Right now, I'm just hiking through the cornfield up to go check on my Christmas tree blind that I put up. I'll link the video for that in the description. But a lot of you guys have been wondering about why I don't turkey hunt. It's not particularly because I'm all sentimental about turkeys or nothing. I don't turkey hunt because there's not an abundance of turkeys on the property that I have the ability to hunt on. Turkeys don't exactly migrate. If they ain't there, they straight up ain't there. So, because I don't tend to have any actual turkeys on the property that I hunt on, that's why I don't actually turkey hunt. Now, I do enjoy hunting turkeys when there are in fact turkeys to be hunted, but that's why I don't turkey hunt, because while I'm at it, turkey hunting, turkeys are so dumb they seem like they're smart. I've had a turkey come to a call over about 100 yards and then sheer off 40 yards out of range, plain and simply because a Rio hen clucked at him and he forgot what he was doing. So they're so dumb they act like they're smart. But looks like I got good news here. Real good news. My Christmas tree blind is in fact still intact. Pretty happy about that, especially because we had a tornado blow through about a month ago. But yes, the Christmas tree blind still intact. Pretty awesome. I'll post a link in the description about that, simply because that's poly. It ain't gonna rot. And so, as long as you've got them staked down good, the deer ought to get used to them, at least in theory. So I'm just going to keep hiking around here. So I'm still out here doing my spring scouting, trying to figure out where I want to sit at along this cornfield. I've got the pine tree blind, or Christmas tree blind, up there on the hill, and I've got this pile of dead wood that the landlord stacked up, and there's this trail that runs alongside the cornfield, and it cuts right up in here beside me, deer tracks galore. And I wanted to yak at you a little bit about experience as a hunter. I'm not a real good deer hunter, but I never had anybody to really show me the ways of the tribe, so to speak. Everything I do, I'm pretty much self-taught. But there's one hard truth that I have learned, and that is that you cannot make wild animals do something other than what they already want to do. Truly wild animals, you can't make them do something that they don't already want to do. You've got to figure out where they want to be and then set up an ambush alongside of them. And the bad news is the wind's in my face, which means it's blowing in the backside of my camera right now. But the good news is the wind's in my face, so if I'm sitting up in that brush pile with my recurve and a whitetail walks in front of me, as long as the wind's in my face and the whitetail actually takes this trail, it'll be about a 6-yard shot, in theory.
but you've got to be in the woods enough to figure out where they are going to be. Get alongside of them and have a good wind. Hunting is not as complicated as the snake oil salesmen in the industry actually make it out to be. And I have a lot of respect for the First Nation style cultures that still subsist with their bow and arrow, because they have this shit with boring regularity down to a science. They know where their food is going to be because they don't have the luxury of screwing up. They know where their food is going to be walking, where to set their snares, and where to set up, and how to stalk their game, the same way that you know what aisle you can find your cereal in the grocery store. But I've basically given up on hunting whitetail out of tree stands just because it's so rigid. And I fidget too much. And when you're hunting with a recurve or a longbow out of a tree stand, you basically got to limb that son of a bitch out so hardcore so that your bow limbs will actually have enough clearance that you stick out like a sore thumb. But there's no real magic to it. You've got to be out in the woods enough and observe the whitetail enough to be able to be alongside of where they want to be without them knowing that you're there. And if you can do that, trust me, they'll damn near walk past and introduce themselves. Think of it this way. You walk the same route every day, back and forth. Nothing bad ever happens. But one day, you're not paying attention because nothing bad ever happens. You're not actually on alert, and I step out and shiv you from the alley. You never saw it coming. But the answer is, it doesn't matter if you've got a spear, your bare hands, longbow, recurve, self-bow, compound bow, crossbow, rifle, shotgun. You're nature watching with a weapon if nothing shows up. Now out on TV, on the real hunting shows, under ideal circumstances, you can make anything look good in a target-rich environment. But I'm sorry, you're dealing with wind feedback in my audio, because I deal in reality and I video under organic circumstances. But hopeful about this brush pile back here, because they come down and then around and walk right past that brush pile, and down there in the gully there's a spring that they drink out of. So I'm hopeful, because hope is them little lies that we tell ourselves to get each other out of bed in the morning. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching. As always, God bless all my sportsmen of America. Join the NRA to protect our rights. Please check out my friends over at SOETacticalGear.com. Thank you very much to those of you involved in law enforcement, those of you serving in the military. Thanks for watching Texas Grebner Outdoors.